handy, look at this.
What, your nifty head?
Handy, look at this.
What?
My vest. Look at that. It's coming for me.
I can't see
I
it.
got it on backwards.
Oh, I did.
You got it on backwards, for God's
I
sake.
don't. Yeah, see how pretty it is?
What color is it?
I don't know.
Many colors.
I think.
Blue.
I think we'll start with Paisley.
You want to smoke?
No, thanks.
I haven't been nervous at all. Michael's as calm as
Well, I
anything.
drank.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh,
I think
good.
Murray's the one getting married, not Lady.
Oh, what about, have you got your speech ready, you guys?
Speech. Who's got a great speech?
I'm just gonna sit there and drink.
No, you got to speak, don't you?
Drink, Mom.
Aren't you speaking, Jeff?
No, I don't have the honors.
Murray, if you step on me or push me.
I just get.
Oh, okay, I'm quitting.
They didn't get what?
Wrong shirt,
Michael, are you nervous?
too. Sure.
This is
Fuck this bow tie.
Everything is wrong.
Jeff.
Why?
No, his bow tie.
What's wrong?
40. I swear, Cody's going to this.
Quarter to 2. Well, it's 20 to 2.
Fuck, that's his 9 minutes to 2.
Come on, where's Laban?
Fast. So we got to stay here for
Turn around there, Chris.
This.
Come on, you guys all ready?
Yeah, well,
Where's Paul?
Paul's with me.
He's all my mommy and dad. He's a mama's boy.
Should we cut that off the tape, Michael? Should we cut that off the tape?
No, not at all.
Are you nervous, Michael Laban?
No. I
Hi.
just want to get this over with so I can go on a cruise.
Okay, you guys, do a good job, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Strengthen your law in my presence, in the presence of your family, your friends, and your whole parish community. Christ abundantly blesses you with this law. He has already consecrated both of you in the sacrament of baptism. Now he enriches and strengthens you by a very special sacrament. So that you may assume the duty of marriage and roots of the last of the adult. So in the West of the Church, and as you clearly godly. Now, firstly, Lori and Michael, if you come here freely and joyfully, without any reservations whatsoever, give yourselves totally, entirely, each other, exclusively to each other in marriage. Now, to love and honor each other, man and wife, for the rest of your lives. Now, since it is your intention to make the marriage national, kindly also answer this question, would you accept children lovingly from God, bring them up according to the law of Christ and the church? Now, since it is your intention to make the marriage national, kindly join your right hands. Declare your consent before God in His church. Repeat after me. I, Michael, take the glory of my wife. Sickness and in health. I will love you and honor you. I will love you all the days of my life. I, Lori, take you, Michael, and my husband. I promise to be true to you. Good times and in bad. Sickness and in health. I will love you and honor you all the days of my life. You have declared your consent before the church. May the Lord, in His goodness, strengthen your consent. Beautiful, choice, blessing. But God is joined together. Man is not divided. Now we're going to bless the wedding rings that Gloria and Michael give to each other. And she will wedding rings are very beautiful and neat and simple. The person wearing them is proud to be proclaiming the whole wide world that I've given myself to my spouse in marriage. And with one proud fact, because that's what I'm wearing in wedding. May the Lord bless these rings, which you will give to each other as a sign of love and fidelity. Lord, take and wear this ring as a sign of love and fidelity. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Michael, take and wear this ring as a sign of love and fidelity. Now with the exchange of the rings, Glory and the seal of the marriage, vows and promises, and they are not with the man, and neither are Christmas. Very warmest, joyful congratulations, prayerful good wishes, very long and happy married life. Congratulations and salutes. Now, as we remain standing for the prayer of the faithful, let us pray the Lord's promise that if we ask the Father in His name, He will give it to us. Therefore, with confidence, let us pray.
Love among us, let us pray the Lord. Lord, for all married people, those who were married yesterday, the new couple, Lord, and Mike, married today, those who will marry tomorrow, that they may serve the joy of being together, warm love of children, a long life, wine, and friends, a new day, every day. Let's pray the Lord. Lord, for all
Smile, Lori.
One more. Lori, you look this way this time, okay? Okay, Michael, go for it.
Sex, Susie, sex.
Okay, guys. Happy? One more, just make sure we got it. Everybody go.
Supposed to dance, Michael. What's that? Oh, are they? Well, then why didn't they stay where they were? I better not talk.
If not, you got that thing wrong.
We just had a number of arrivals coming in the door, so we'll give them a few minutes to find a spot. And you should be aware that the Blue Jays are winning 7-4.
Oh my God!
You get feels, and you get all the emotional side of all that. A lot of it's on the computer. It's like an office sort of job. Get out on the road every day. Oh, and that's not. Hey, get up there. So I've got a competition.
That book you got. When the going gets run. I might buy the book. I might buy the book.
Good for you.
And when I went to the lawyer, what a case.
Who keeps ringing that bell all the time?
Her
It's going to take
Oh.
years. He said it could take
Oh, look at this! Look at.
win.
He's gonna pick her up.
So I went to them with a package. I went back and said, here's what I have. Here's what I know.
So you settled it with a pretty good package now?
I didn't think they'd last that long, so I wanted cash. So I settled reasonably. I still have to work.
Been a lot of people gone since.
I did the right thing. Then I got out of that. I run the marina. And just a few weeks ago, I started another company called Bridge Yacht Sales. And I'm doing I'm selling boats. That's my own company. And I still manage the boat.
Busy. Very busy.
19. Still there. I supervise. I don't.
Where's Sarah? She's in the washroom.
You can lose a lot of food. We've done all right. It's not as good as it looks. Sometimes you get into problems or worse.
Oh, what a! Oh.
We've done well on some insurance jobs.
Spent quite a bit of wine. Better say it now, you won't have a
People out
chance.
there. First of all, I'd just like to thank everybody for coming all this way, and for all the relatives showing up here. It's really nice. I'd like to also thank the bridesmaids. They must have had to do a lot to get Lori through this day. She was a wreck about 3 months ago. And I'm more nervous now than I ever was. I don't know what else to say. I've lost it up here. Okay. somebody, I might need to lean against this chair. No, this is actually, like, I have hardly any words to say. I'm so nervous today, and I'm so happy that this day has finally come. I love Lori a lot, and I just really can't say any more than thank you for accepting my proposal, Lori. I love you.
About Lori's beauty, because that goes back quite a ways. Lori, maybe we should talk about Lori's hair for a minute. You notice how nice and long and red it is, and her mother and she never quite agreed on the length of her hair, and I don't know that they still agree or ever will agree, but every time Jackie used to corner Lori and get someone to hold her down, she would cut her hair. And of course, Lori at that point would do what all kids her age would have done, and indicate to her mother how much she just kind of hated her. And she was always threatening to run away. And it was interesting that she was always going to run away to an orphanage. And I always found that interesting, because she always felt that in an orphanage, someone would listen to her opinion. In any case, she never did run away. She still, Mike, I hope you like long hair, because she never won't cut it. Lori's idea of maintenance, every now and again, you kind of pull it around and you cut off the split ends, or whatever you call those things. Is that what you call them, split ends? But in any case, Lori, it looks beautiful today. Last night it was, but today it is beautiful. I think that, a couple of weeks ago, Lori has changed quite a bit since she was a young lady. I'm sorry, she's a young lady now, since she was a young kid. And a couple of weeks ago, my wife and I and Jackie had the opportunity to go for a ride in Lori's car. My memories of Lori as a driver, and we're going back a few years when, the Mahars were on the farm, and they had snowmobiles, and Lori would drive this snowmobile, and, she would get it going just fast enough so that the dog had to walk to stay beside her. And, you kind of imagine that that's the way Lori's going to kind of go through life, a little bit slowly. And, when we were going to Newmarket a couple of weeks ago, I was just totally amazed. I couldn't believe it. Like I have deteriorating eyesight. I've got those glasses that if you go like this, you can really see well close. And if you go like this, you can really see well far. And if you don't have them on, you can't see nothing. But in any case, we're going down the highway, coming across number 9 from, actually, we went over to, what do you call that place over there, Sean? White Rose, yes, we were over there. And Lori was driving. And, I could read the bumper stickers on the cars right in front of me. Those were the cars that she allowed to stay that close. Most of the time it was, and I was kind of getting a little nervous because Lori has never gone that fast in my life. But I think it's when she left the farm, In the farm, we always do things just a little, You come out here to Tottenham area, and people just kind of have the time. I've been accused of just moving a little slowly. And my wife says, speed up, I'm sorry. But anyway, Lori, you have made major strides because they wouldn't let her on the tractor. Because, there wasn't a gear slow enough for it. The wheel just hardly turned over. In any case, but now it's just kind of pedal to the metal, I can't believe it. But Michael, you know, when there's that kind of great change, you have to kind of wonder what's going to happen in the future, you know, because I'm thinking of Laurie when she was just a little kid, you know, and everything went up her nose. I think you will find, if you really go back there and search, I think there's a couple of keys to the freezer. You know. There's some snowmobile keys. You know. Laurie just kind of had this way of putting things in her nose. Now, what they do now, Michael, when they make this major change, you know, from very slow to very speedy to putting everything up here, and you're in for some interesting times, so it's fun. But in any case, we'll roll right along here. And Michael has also reserved some time. He wants to come back later on the program because he knows Laurie as long as he's known, or as long as Mike has, and he's got some great stories, I think, for us. So, Mike, if you will.
It's definitely my pleasure to be up here, especially standing up here with the ladies that are at the table. And I'd like to take this opportunity to toast the bridesmaids, even though I don't have a glass in my hand. I'm sure somebody might loan me one. Preferably a full glass. One thing I did notice about the ladies today is I'm glad I had the opportunity to walk behind them, because I sort of noticed that they filled their dresses quite well. Sorry if that offended anyone. But besides from that, they're very, very beautiful ladies, and it's been a pleasure to stand up with them and a pleasure to meet them. They're definitely charming and beautiful, and I'd like to take this opportunity to toast them to the bridesmaids.
I just wanted to thank everyone for coming. I especially wanted to thank Aunt Marilyn and Grandma for doing the wedding cake, Andrea for helping, the ladies for serving the nice meal, and a special thanks for my girls. They've been wonderful. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my parents. Well, it's not last because there's still more, I shouldn't say that. Anyways, I'd like to thank my parents, Mr. and Mrs. Labens, for making me feel at home. And I lastly like to thank Aunt Shirley. She's just been wonderful. She's done all the decorations, all the bowls. She's been wonderful. I just can't wait for Lynette to get married.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming, and I hope you enjoy everything that we have here for you. I'm not really sure what I should say in any proper order, but I would like to thank the bride's parents for looking after us so well and treating us as nice as they have in such short notice over the last few months here. I would like to thank everyone here, the bridesmaids and whatever they're called over there. If I've lost the word, I'm sorry. They're all a bunch of good fellows. And I would like to also welcome Laurie into our family. She's been most welcome before, but even more so today. Thank you, Laurie.
Not very good at this. But anyway, anyway, Michael, between Jackie and I and the rest of the family, welcome you into it. And also, I told Lori a lot of things, but she won't listen, but I'm going to tell you something now. There's a little bit of me in Lori, a little lot of Jackie in Lori. And we both intend to be a little pig-headed, bull-headed, so good luck.
Ready?
Hope it gets easier every time you come up here. And I can appreciate the fact that everybody here would like to get to the bar. So I'll try to be brief, though it may be hard. First of all, I'd like to say that it's definitely an honor to be standing here representing Michael and Lori. Michael has been pretty much my best friend for most of my life, and as Nolan has mentioned, I was supposed to have known Lori since Michael has, but actually I've known Lori a little bit longer. But it wasn't by much. No, actually, I had the opportunity to meet Lori at university. We were roommates in the first year. Michael would like me to clarify what roommates mean. We lived in the same suite. There was seven girls and 7 guys. We had separate rooms. So anyway, while we were in university, I got to know Lori. And I wish Lori would have stayed in university longer, because maybe I would have made it through university. But she did try to help me out. I knew right from day one that she should be a nurse, because I wasn't much of a student, not much of a public speaker, but I like to drink, and maybe if I drink my wine, I'll be able to speak a little bit better. But Lori gave me a list one day. Said something along the line that weekends were on Fridays and Saturdays. They didn't start on Wednesday and they didn't end on Tuesday. She was trying to help me out, and she will help out a lot of people in the field. Now I should start at the beginning. I've known Michael since a very early age. Probably a little bit too long. Just a little bit nervous, but nervous is nothing compared to how I was earlier today. Michael he appeared to be a little nervous when he stood up at the microphone, but I've spent the last couple of days with him, and he had the nerves of steel. We're running around doing things, and he's just calm and relaxed, and he's worried about Lori. She seemed to have she was a little bit nervous. Needless to say, it wasn't until we were sitting up at the church that Michael told me that he wasn't feeling too good. He felt he was a little bit nervous. So I tried to help him out. Yes, I tried to help him out. I told him there's a back door. Going back to when Michael was younger, he came home one day. He was pretty excited. Well, actually really excited. And his mother asked him why he was so excited. So he said, "Mom and Dad, I got a part in the school play." And his father says, "Well, Michael, what part did you get?" He says, "Well, I got the part of a husband." His dad says, "Well, that's all right, Michael. Maybe next time you'll get a speaking part." Every time anybody laughs, I can have a drink. So I hope everybody does. Yes, maybe it does get a little bit more comfortable here. I haven't even started on my notes. I should have took shorthand. Maybe I would have been able to read my notes. They look a little sloppy, so I'm not even going to bother looking at them. I like to say that Mr. and Mrs. Lavens have been like second parents to me, and I love them both, and I appreciate them putting up with me. Jack just told me he'd like me to stay up here for another hour. He wants to save money at the bar. So I will take a short pause and let everybody get a 3 or 4 drinks and then come back. I like to ask everybody to notice the pictures in the rear of the hall. There, on the 2 white Bristol boards, there are pictures missing, and they are of Lori, and Lori has taken them down. And maybe sometime, if we're lucky, we'll get to see them all. It wasn't funny, but I wanted to make Lori sweat a little bit. Mike, as anybody that knows Michael, he knows he tries to be a fisherman. Well, actually, he rants and raves about being an avid fisherman. Tells me about these stories of fishing and everything, and how big these fish are. And I've yet to see a fish over 5 inches. Michael and Lori have been living in Toronto for quite a while, and they moved into a condominium. They were at the bank one day, taking care of some business, and the banker struck up a conversation with Lori, and he goes, "Well, Lori, where do you live?" She goes, "Well, I live in a condo." But she did crack that situation and said it was condominium. But, the words are quite close to each other. We know what was on her mind. Michael did come up here earlier tonight and said that he didn't really talk a lot. The reason I'm having a hard time here because I was at Michael's last 2 nights, and I don't know, the sun was coming up, and I didn't want to be rude and go to bed while he was talking, but he wouldn't shut up. I couldn't get any sleep. And now he comes up here and he won't say anything. But I let you all know that Michael likes to talk. Well, Michael's laughing, so that's all I care about. You guys can do what you want. Okay, I will give one little story about Michael before I sit down. And I was in university studying for an exam. Didn't happen very often, but I actually studied for this particular one. I got a phone call, and Michael's on the other end. He said, "Oh my God, Murray, you gotta come take me to the hospital. I'm bleeding. Blood's all over the place." He thought he was gonna die. I said, "Okay, I'll be right there." My car was seemed like a couple miles, and I ran like crazy. I got there. I made it to his house, and I get to the kitchen. And I looked around, and I saw a little bit of blood in the sink. I looked at Michael, and he had this, I don't know, must have been about a millimeter scar. Well, it wasn't a scar at the time, it was a little tiny thing, but he thought he was about to die. He was washing dishes, and he stuck the steak knife in a vein, so the blood squirted out for quite a bit, and he got a little bit nervous. Hopefully, Lori knows how to do dishes a little bit better and leaves Michael out of the kitchen. Well, she's a nurse too. I should just point it out so she'll be able to bandage him up quite a bit. Also, I did have an opportunity to play hockey with Michael for quite a few years. He always thought he was a pretty good hockey player. Well, a few times we went in the boards and this and that, and had a few tiffs being on opposite teams. Ended up pulling the bench a few times together, but it was pretty easy. drawing a few penalties off Michael. I just have to do a couple little things, and he just loses his temper. End up a few times getting kicked out of the game. Bonus. Who lost the game? Guess everybody had to be there. Okay, well, I'm going to sit down. Thank God. And I hope everybody has a good time. And I'd like once again to thank Michael and Lori for the opportunity to stand up here and be Michael's best man. I love the both of them, and I wish them the very best. And I hope that we remain friends forever, which no doubt they have no choice. I'm going to be in there like a dirty shirt. Thank you.
That's the truth. I'm not sure where I saw it. I hope that Lori and Mike will appreciate the sentiment. So I would ask the Lord to stay close to Lori and Mike as they begin a new journey today. The words of an Irish blessing would seem to be appropriate to express all of our wishes. And so, Mike and Lori, we certainly wish a blessing on the roads that are smooth, and also on the ones that are rough, and especially for the ones that go through the swamps. A blessing on all the nights with stars, and on all the nights which are pitch black. A blessing on the clear skies of day, but also a blessing on the days that are choked with thunder. May this blessing run before you. May this blessing guard you on the right hand and on the left. May it follow you as your shadow follows you. And we ask you to accept this blessing for your journey through life. Have a great life. Lori and Mike, thank you very much.
Okay, let's give a big round of applause. Come on.
So right now I've got
'Cause the article Oh, it's on. Okay.
That means it's focusing and stuff.
Oh.
There's more people out there than Miss Murray stuff.
Tape for this.
Mrs. Murray, you're not just supposed to photograph your own children.
Well, he's dancing with Lori now.
Just is what
Whose is this little fella?
That's
Eh?
I think that's Lori's. It's one they used in the wedding.
I think it's mine. At the ring time.
It's yours?
I got friends.
We have had Lori
Are you girls going?
How about tea? Well, you don't sound too enthusiastic about it. Tea. You still didn't sound too enthusiastic. Well, tea go on, but how is the group going to take off? Well, Michael, how are you going to do it? He's got a big smile on his face, so you obviously know what he's doing. The only thing I'm going to tell you is do it slowly, relax, and enjoy it, and here we go. Who said he was nervous? Shy and whatever. Who said he was nervous? Oh, yes! Okay, can we have all, okay, whoever catches it, come up and see me. 2. And 3, and here we go, Elio! Ladies, are you ready? Come on, ladies, are you ready? Okay, Laura, on a count of 3. And a 1. And again, the lady that catches it okay, she's got to come up and see me. 2. And a 3, and here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Well, the lady come up and... Oh, you gotta do one more thing for me. Hold it. No. No. What you gotta do is dance. Here's a special song just for the two of you. You have to dance. That's the last thing in your contract that you have to do. So here we go. There's Lori. Yep, did somebody else on this dance floor?